Moving pictures became a reality during the 1890s, and many of Europe's crown heads discovered this new medium and realized what it could do for their image, and Queen Victoria was no exception. And her initiation into moving pictures came in early October 1896. J. Downey was summoned to Balmoral Castle in Scotland, originally just to take photographs of the visit of the Tsar of Russia and his wife Alexandra, but asked the Queen if he might also take some animated photographs. The Queen agreed. So this is the result. You see the Tsar, the man on the right with the walking cane, and as the carriage turns, his wife the Tsarina on the other side, and of course the Queen is in her pony cart with her pet Pomeranian, Turi. Queen Victoria recorded her own reaction to all of this in her journal. At 12, went down to below the terrace and were all photographed by Downey by this new cinematograph process, which makes moving pictures by winding off a reel of films. We were walking up and down and the children jumping about, then took a turn in the pony chair. Garden parties have been held at Buckingham Palace since the 1860s, and in this historic footage dating from around 1897, it shows a garden party, or breakfast as they were then known, with Queen Victoria riding in her carriage, accompanied by Alexandra, the Princess of Wales. In the same year, Queen Victoria's Diamond Jubilee celebrations took place. It was June 1897, and this footage is from Robert Paul, who was one of 6 crews to film the event, each of them paying large sums of money to secure good positions among the estimated 3 million onlookers from which to film. The procession was made up of 17 carriages, and in this clip they are moving along York Road on the south side of the Thames. However comfortable they may look, their passengers had been riding for several hours, and by this point, the open parasols suggest that the afternoon was starting to heat up. And here you can just about see the royal carriage arriving at St. Paul's, pulled by 8 cream horses, and the Queen is accompanied by her third daughter, Helena, Princess Christian of Schleswig-Holstein, and Alexandra, the Princess of Wales. Marching along here are the Blue Jackets, and later in the video you will see that they played an important part in Queen Victoria's funeral. Please continue to support my channel by subscribing. Thank you. And here you see the monarch being greeted by 52,000 Irish school children in Phoenix Park in Dublin. In the film you can see the Queen, who more often than not carried a parasol, smiling and wearing sunglasses. This newly discovered film was unearthed from the Museum of Modern Art in New York. It received in 1939 a treasure trove of 36 reels of 68mm nitrate prints and negatives made during cinema's first years, and the rare bit of moving image footage of Queen Victoria was on one of those reels. It is completely unique, this piece of film, as you see the Queen's face for the first time properly, and you see her expressions. You can see her in movement, and to see her smiling is a treat, as she often did not smile in portraits, so really it humanizes her for the very first time. Queen Victoria died on the 22nd of January 1901. She had ruled Britain for 64 years, and on the 2nd of February 1901, her funeral took place and was filmed, and it wasn't all plain sailing. Panic broke out when the horses pulling the gun carriage on which the coffin rested broke free. The day was saved by Prince Louis Battenberg, who said, "If it's impossible to mend the traces, you can always get the Naval Guard of Honour to drag the gun carriage." And so 138 bluejackets propped up their weapons, attached ropes to the carriage where the harnesses had been, and dragged the gun carriage to St. George's Chapel by hand, giving birth to a new royal tradition. Two weeks after the Queen's death, a memorial to her was proposed, and its development was continually discussed over the next decade in the press. It was finally inaugurated on May 16, 1911 by King George V. Seating was installed for 4,000 invited guests, while the public gathered in thousands in St. James's Park, along the Mall and near Buckingham Gate. The unveiling itself was accomplished with a modern electric button pressed by the King, whereupon the statue was revealed. At nearly 25 metres tall, the Victoria Memorial remains the tallest monument to a king or queen in England. I am sure Victoria would have approved.